delay in passing a strong anti-trafficking law is putting scores of women at risk. Why Northeast is prone to international trafficking racket? What are the salient features of anti-trafficking bill? What are the loopholes in the current form of anti-trafficking bill? GS Paper 2, Welfare Schemes for Vulnerable Sections of Society? What is the context about? Last week, 8 girls, 3 of them minors, were rescued in Manipur in the nick of time by anti-trafficking officials. Human trafficking is a big problem in the Northeast. This is not surprising since the region is politically unstable and poverty-stricken. Along with the state, various NGOs provide assistance and aid for trafficking victims, but corruption often limits their ability to make a large impact. Why Northeast is prone to international trafficking racket? India and Myanmar have a free movement agreement, which allows people from either side residing within a 16-kilometer radius of the international border to travel to the other side and stay for a maximum of 72 hours without visa or passports. Traffickers use this arrangement to make fake documents for the trafficked girls, so that they are able to enter Myanmar through the Moretamu border for their onward journey to Yangon. What are the salient features of anti-trafficking bill? The anti-trafficking bill envisages creating district and state-level anti-trafficking committees with government officers and NGO representatives to mobilize efforts to prevent, rescue, protect and rehabilitate victims of trafficking, in addition to providing medical care, psychological assistance and skills development. Under its current layout, a rescued victim is to be initially brought to the district committee or police station by the investigating officer, public servant, social worker or the victim herself. The bill envisages creating protection homes to provide shelter, food, clothing, counseling and medical care to rescued victims, and special homes to provide long-term institutional support. The government is to formulate programs for rehabilitation, support, aftercare and reintegration services. The state governments are to form specialized schemes for women in prostitution or who have been the victims of other forms of commercial sexual exploitation. The bill also penalizes the contravention of the registration requirements for protection homes, special homes and placement agencies. Special courts are to be instituted for prosecuting offences under sections 370-373 of the IPC and offences under the bill. What are the loopholes in the current form of anti-trafficking bill? In effect, the anti-trafficking bill proposes a separate criminal law infrastructure on trafficking. The District Trafficking Committee is the first port of call where a range of social actors, governmental and otherwise, must report a victim. It is unclear which agency undertakes the raid and rescue, but the victim is housed at the protection home, the police investigates the crime and the special public prosecutor initiates prosecution in a special court. The anti-trafficking bill thus proposes to make the prosecution of trafficking under Section 370 meaningful. However, the Indian legal system has historically been unable to meaningfully translate the law into action. Without any financial commitments from the government, the anti-trafficking bill is an empty gesture, meant to appease modern-day abolitionists and secure a better ranking in the Global Slavery Index, moving it away from its current hotspot status.